And that was the lovely Tasha. Sorry, Tasha. Yeah, Tasha Tummings. I'm gonna get it right. See? I got applause. Thank you. Thank you. That was the lovely Tasha. Sitting here with me is like a very, very funny comedian. I've seen him at Village Station. I've seen him at 11th Street Lounge. Did I see you at 11th Street Lounge? Or was it EJ's Landing? I've seen this dude is like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? This is a very funny comedian. Welcome to the stage, Danny Rolando.
Thank you. I'm so glad you didn't call me Tanya. So glad.
I swear to God, it's gonna be buried. It's gonna be buried in here. I swear to God.
Tanya Rolando.
Tanya
On stage
Rolando
with us today.
You're a very lovely comedian, Mr. Rolando. Tell me. I was gonna say Tanya. Tell me. God, I was gonna say. Tell me, Danny. Okay, I'm gonna get it right. Danny, what first brought you to comedy? So I could just get. What first brought you to comedy? Let me just get a question out there before I crack up the head.
First, like the first.
First.
Man, when I was 5 years old, back in Peru.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was watching a Latino comedian has a show on there, like Saturday Night Live. At the end of the show, after all the skits, he does about 10 minutes of stand-up and just rags on all the politicians, and that's what got me into it.
Does that show up in your comedy at all?
Every now and then, a little bit. When I start talking about politics, I start talking about immigration or something like that, yeah, it comes out. It comes out, very sarcastic and make fun of the, politicians and the ideas that they have,
You were on the very first pilot show. I was actually directing and I had somebody else ask me questions.
Yes, that was
But I got a really good sense of, because I've seen your show before, but I really got a good sense of, what your comedy was about, your makeup and all that kind of stuff. So tell me, how much of your culture influences your comedy? I know you talked about, that comic back in Peru, but how about, your family culture, that kind of stuff?
Well, it has a lot to do with it. A lot of my style comes from my brothers, growing up with my brothers. My brothers are clowns. Okay, they're actually funnier than I am. Way. So
where do you fit in that? You in the middle?
I'm at the bottom.
Are you the bottom?
They're hilarious. I'm telling you. They just never, I guess, never wanted to do it on stage or anything. But if we're having a party, they're entertaining. I'm just watching, taking notes. I might use that shit on stage. So,
So you do get a lot of your stuff from them, or
I get a lot of my characteristics from them and stuff. But the jokes are all from me. The thoughts and all that come from me.
Okay, if you don't mind, do a little. Do you ever do a little impersonation of one of your brothers, or something that they would say in a mannerism that they would say?
Oh man, my brother, he's about 50 years old, and he's a pimp. He's a pimp. He's 50. He's got nine girlfriends, and I called him one time and I was like, hey, it's like Saturday night, I was like, hey, what's up? What are you doing, And he's like, hey, Danny, I am sitting here naked. What are you doing? I was like, fucker, I'm not coming over. But he's like that. He's a pimp. And we all have the same walk, which is funny as shit. We all walk like we're cowboys for some reason. It's funny, we do. We all walk like we're cowboys. We all walk like this, like we're ready to draw all the time. I don't know where that came from. Must have been some Western thing. I don't know. But
you say your dad's funny, but he's a little bit more reserved. Is that?
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah, you did say that.
I did say that.
Because I didn't say it right now, but you did say at one point in time. I'll edit that in.
No, anyway. yeah. My father actually has a great sense of humor. He's very hilarious. He's just very quiet and will only say it at certain times. Like the other day, we were watching TV, and he just out of nowhere said, you know what, Danny? I invented prepaid credit cards. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, that idea right there, I thought about that about 15 years ago. I was like, well, you didn't say shit then, did you, motherfucker? We would have been rich by now.
Ain't that shit always the way, man?
Yeah, and I mean, he's hilarious. I mean, he's so intrigued by the internet, and he's a contractor. He wanted to put his stuff online, so he's like, Danny, who do I call to get my information on the internet? And I was like, damn, that's a good question. Who do you call for that shit? I had no answer for him, I was like, I can't, he thought I was stupid or something. He's like,
basically, you gotta do it like me, man. You gotta do it yourself.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Tape this shit and put it on yourself. Well, man, it's been fantastic talking to you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
To have you on the show again and again.
Thank you, Tanya.
That was Danny Rolando, y'all. to take the stage, and when he does, he's going to knock your goddamn socks off. All right? Stay tuned.
Socks right here. Woo! Yeah, what's up, y'all? Yeah. Woo! Let's hear it for Tanya. Just got off stage. It's good to be here. I'm glad you guys showed up, because otherwise it'd just been me up here. All right. So I'm happy that the snow left, and not that cold anymore. I love it. Any federal employees here? Yeah. See, you know what I'm talking about. I hate you. I hate you guys. I really do. Yeah, you guys get off work for anything that's going on. Liberal leave. Like it's raining, liberal leave. It's like it's just water. They might get wet. Everybody else got to text in sick to work. That's how it's done now, by the way. You text in sick to work. All right, it's quite simple. You text, I don't feel well. I'm not going to make it. They text you right back, no problem. It's not like back in the day when you had to practice your sick voice. Right? You do the dry run first. You go to the mirror and you're like, hello. I don't know why the mirror is a phone call. Then you call work trying to sound sick, right? It's like, hello? Yeah. I don't feel well. I'm not going to make it. And they hit you with that one question you can't answer. What do you have? I got cancer. I don't know. Oh, you guys tried cancer before, all right? That's a good thing. You got that LOL thing. You guys try this? You can pretty much say anything you want to anyone through text, as long as you put LOL at the end of it. The other day, this girl texted me. I texted right back. I was like, you fucking whore. LOL. She didn't even get mad. And you get that weird text on Valentine's Day. Try getting this. Happy VD. It's an ex-girlfriend text. No LOL at the end of that shit. Oh, man. Speaking of which, my ex-girlfriend called me this past Valentine's Day. And she was like, I miss you. I miss us. But I only miss the good parts, not the bad parts. And I was like, what woman's missing the bad parts? What woman's sitting there going, God, I really miss Joey. I wish he was here. I could really use a black eye right now. Maybe Rihanna. Oh, y'all don't know her. You gonna call her up? Oh, man. Let's see. Well, I am Latino, and I just, I've been here a long time, and I noticed that a lot of Latinos move to this area, and they forget they have to learn how to speak English. They move to where there's other Latinos, and they just don't learn English. But they all learn one phrase. One thing every Latino's got to know is they got to learn how to ask, do you speak Spanish? But they say it a little different. They say, you speak Hispanic? And it's always done like there's some secret mission behind it. I used to work at a bank, and they walk in, and they're like, you speak Hispanic? I used to fuck with him. I go, no! That's no in Spanish. Guys, thanks a lot. I'm Rolando.